man. Yes, people, welcome back to AFTV. It's a Tuesday live. It's myself, Cecil G, and Curtis Shaw. Big up. Right, listen, you know what this time is? It's time we're going to discuss weekly things that have happened within football, obviously at Arsenal specifically. We're just going to kind of bounce, off each other and go through what's been happening. Firstly, I have to say there is a game at some people may not care. It's international break still. There's a game today at 7:45. So we're going to end this at 7:45. So people that have joined us, we're going to be cutting it just 50 minutes a little bit early just because we want to watch that game as well. It's supposed to be the big test for England, but Serbia and all the things there. But I had discussed this on the roundup about big tests for Thomas Tuchel. This isn't a big test, bro. This is qualifiers. Well, big test is when you're in a major tournament. But we'll discuss all that as well. Some of the Arsenal players, and I also want to start by saying as well, thank you everyone that's been supporting this live as well. I've seen some of the numbers as well. Actually, I forget, we record this and I go about my day and then we crack on. We do so much more content. But I looked back at some of the numbers and I appreciate the community that watch this and get involved and whatnot. So I appreciate you. But we're gonna talk. Curtis, firstly, how are you, brother?
I'm good, bro, man. Yeah, I feel relaxed. Sometimes Arsenal, man, they stress me, innit? It's like, but then you have the break and you go, oh, I really want to watch an Arsenal game now. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know what, by the way, the big game's at 1 a.m., people. Jamaica against Trinidad. You know what I mean?
And that's actually a big game.
That's a big game, Caribbean. That's serious, bro. If Jamaica win that, they're flying. So man. But we'll watch the England game just for some background noise and that. But I think Madueke and Rice are starting. Eze's on the bench this time. Obviously, Lewis Skelly's been left out for this.
Why
game.
is bro? What? Anyone know why? Or was it just
so? From what I hear, I think you're only allowed 23 players for each game, but he's picked like 25 or 24. So each game he has to leave one player out of the matchday squad. Obviously, Skelly played, and I think Livramento's playing tonight, and he's got. So I don't mind from an Arsenal point of view anyway. Get him back to Arsenal. So
you're spot on. I worried because obviously Arteta feels like he's been. He's not dropped Mars Lewis Skelly, but obviously Calafiori's been a favourite. He actually won Calafiori as well, people. Won Player of the Month that got for Arsenal, that got announced. So make sure I got all the mile correct research. That got announced today as well. So he won Player of the Month. So Calafiori. So to be, and I'll be real, maybe it's a bias. It might be a black man bias. I don't know. I should. I like Mars Lewis. On this live, you get the real me.
So, I like that. You know what I'm saying?
Probably is a black man bias.
Do you know what it is, people? He went to the Cartel concert. He's feeling very cultural right now. You know what I
mean? Big up the black man there. But no, it was probably that. And obviously, big up Marcia, Mars's mum. I have a bit of a connection with her. You know what I mean? Remember, I texted her after the game. And
I remember.
All of that. So all that madness. So maybe that's probably a connection there. So I was a bit biased. But it definitely is biased. I thought Mars Skelly should have been starting over Calafiori, but Calafiori actually has been superb over the month. I looked at some of the highlights and stuff, and especially at Anfield as well. He was tremendous in that game. For me, he was man of the match. So big him up. He's won Player of the Month for Arsenal men's this month. And and also there might have been, I don't know if you lot have seen, there's a clip, not even a clip going viral, it's just a clip that from the roundup that I obviously bigged up the English boys that represent Arsenal. People saying what a trophy and all that. I said big up Declan Rice, Eze, Noni Madueke, and what's the other one? One more, Lewis Skelly. So who was in the England teams? Like in the national anthem, they obviously panned across, and all the Arsenal boys were together. It's just a nice moment. I think they were hating all the Man United, the Tottenham lot. I just think you lot are just sour, man. You man are just so sour. Like I said, oh, let's clap and applaud, and that's the only. I said, nah, bro. These are our players. Are like they're representing their nations. They're representing them well. I mean, Mikel Merino, bro, that hat trick. We had the uncomfortable conversation that he actually might be the best finisher.
Do you know what? Don't be surprised if he starts on Saturday. You know what Arteta's like, man.
That would be
imagine he starts. But you know what, bro? We had the conversation last season when he came into the team. I said, bro, I don't know about you. I think he's a better striker than Havertz. I'll be real.
Yeah, and
you know finish, what, bro.
That's a conversation. I think I said this as well. I said on again on Roundup, I said that when we watched him in open training when he was on tour, he was slotting things away. I said, right, he's composed. he can find the back of the net from the corners, everything. I know. Listen, Gyokeres his goal record is unbelievable. I'm going to get to Gyokeres after this. So, and the way he strikes through the ball and like, he wants to break the net with the way he hits the ball, cool. But like, I like cultured finishers. I like, we like Thierry Henry for that. I'm not saying Thierry Henry didn't smash the ball at times as well, but he very much finessed it into the corners. He's obviously famous for that. Open it up and put it in the bottom corner. But also the variety of his, finesse shots was so good. And I feel like Mikel Merino, I know, listen, some of the Spanish goals were him just arriving at the right place at the right time. But again, as a striker, that's still in the level of
timing. Yeah.
You got to listen. That's not something that just happens. You got to be coached into doing that. And he would never played striker before. Or he said he wasn't, he hasn't played there actually officially as a striker before he did it for Arsenal. And he can clearly see he's a very good finisher. He's taken that form and quality into his nation by getting a hat-trick. But you're right. I think it's interesting if on Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest, obviously he's not going to start, but people kept asking me, what's his best position then, Cecil? For Arsenal, I'm like, it's a tough one to answer.
Do you know what I think, bro? I think because his hat trick for Spain, he was playing in midfield.
He was
up front. I think Merino, because of how we play and the slow style, I think in midfield he struggles because the box is congested. Because by the time we get there, it's everyone's got in position. Where Spain, the ball moves quick. You know what I mean? Yamal, Nico Williams, they break. So then he arrives. He's on that like Lampard third man run. I think in the Arsenal team, Merino's a better striker than midfielder. I haven't been impressed with Merino in midfield at all for Arsenal. And it might be because of the tempo and the speed of our play. But when he came in last season up front, man, for Havertz, I thought he was brilliant. I think he'd get 15 goals plus easily if he played up front all season.
Yeah, I could get 15 goals. I don't know if that's a mad statement. They might clip that and be like, "You're having a laugh." But I actually think he could if he played the full season up front. Yeah, he'd get. I mean, what did he get? 7 or 8? I think.
8? I think 8. Yeah, in about 12 games or something.
Yeah, so if logic does that for a full season, yeah, he crosses 15 or he hits 15. Definitely. Let me read the super chat quickly. It says, Yash, Cecil met you at Emirates Cup. Very humble guy. Thank you very much. I try to be humble, crumble, and all that. We're just Arsenal fans. We're all the same, my brother. It goes to supporting the club. But I appreciate that. Thank you very much. As you can see, obviously last week with recap, Martinelli behind me. I mean, he's not. I'm sorry, Martinelli. I know. I even
changed that, haven't you?
Yeah, bro. It's the whole team. It's the whole team shirt, and I saw that him on international duty. I feel bad now because he even said he's seen the criticism on one of his post-match press conferences for Brazil. But like, he's trying to get back to form. But listen. This is football. We need you back, Martinelli. But talking of criticism, I've just opened up Twitter, and the first thing is he looks like he's playing in jeans. This is from the overlap. It's Scholesy on Gyokeres, and I can just see how many. Let me just see the impressions on this. Yeah, 3.3 million views on that one clip alone. So as you can see, part of the title, people, is can Gyokeres silence the doubters? The reason why I've kind of gone with this is because we spoke about this, me and Curtis, because, brother, I don't know. Like, for a man that's, he scored a lot of goals in Portuguese league, but for a man that didn't really come for mega money, I mean, compared to all the other signings, maybe it might be my algorithm just pushing the Arsenal stuff, but to see the hate on Gyokeres, I even saw him international break, people doing breakdowns of Arsenal have wasted their money. How can they have signed this? I'm like, brother, what is going on? Like, he has scored, by the way, in the league as well. Let's not forget. I think people forget that because people kept saying to me, "Oh, he's a flop already." I was like, brother, he scored already. Yes, one is a penalty, cool, whatever, but he scored 2 goals already in the league. Not to say that's a barometer of okay, he's doing fantastic, but there's people in the league. Sesko's in the league, and I don't see, especially Scholesy, ex-Man, I don't see him criticizing him the way he's criticizing Gyokeres. There's other players as well that went for loads more money than Gyokeres to Arsenal. I actually can't believe, and I get it, people talk about the big clubs more, but the hate and criticism, and it's match week 4 coming up to it, I don't know, it just shocked me, and it's not like, I don't know, I'm quite scared to call someone a flop so early on. I think you got to wait. Like, I never say a player's a flop this quick. Can you gauge a player in 3 games? Surely not. And I don't know, I just think it's something to definitely talk about. I think it's something that, the reason why I said silent the doubt is because I don't think he even needs to, because he scored 2 goals already. Yes, he played up to the cameras doing the hair flicking, his celebration. Does he need to do that? I don't mind it personally. I don't mind. Be ready. You got to be ready to, if you're going to do that, be ready to like, they're going to keep piling on you. Like they're kind of doing now, but be ready to keep being like, cool, let me just show you lot Wagwan. But yeah, Curtis, for you, do you think it's just like, is this standard? Is it normal? Should there be this much criticism?
I mean, let me just say one thing with Gyökeres. It hasn't looked great. I'll be honest, right? I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, it's not amazing to watch right now. However, number one, Solanke at Tottenham over 50 million hasn't really done anything. Darwin Núñez cost over 70 million at Liverpool.
Yep.
Rasmus Højlund 70 million at Man United. They've binned him already. You can look at Chelsea, Nicholas Jackson. Look at Lukaku. Look at all these strikers at other big clubs who've cost similar amounts or more and have flopped. Gyökeres, he joined Arsenal late in pre-season and he scored 2 goals in 3 games, which ultimately we have signed Gyökeres to score goals above anything else. I think everybody who's watched him knows he's not an all-round amazing football player. He hasn't got what Isak's got, where it's just amazing to watch. He is a goal machine. He's almost a bit of a robot. He even kind of walks out like that, big shoulders and that. He's got 2 in 3 games. If he gets 20 league goals plus this season, he's done exactly what we bought him for.
You want 20,
people will say, I want 20 league goals. 20 league goals. League 20.
Wait, that's to me, that's high, but first season 20 league goals? League as well.
20.
Right, listen. What's it?
Bro, Bremo got 20 at Brentford on the wing. I want Gyökeres 20, bro.
But other men are gonna we shared. I don't know. I've said 18. 20. I mean, it's not 4, but it's 2 less.
No, I'm not taking 18. 20, bro. You scored
over 15 first season. All right, so what? Over 15, not good enough. But 15, not good enough.
If he scores 15, I'm like, nah. 20.
Jesus,
bro, did you see your intro video? I thought Batman was about to start, bro. I was, you know what I mean? The movie. I need 20 goals, people. Yeah.
If you know what, I hear that. If you put the welcome video in now, you got to kind of wait up. Yeah. Is it worth?
Well, let me say something as well, right? And listen, we've got to be real, especially the Liverpool and the Man United game, which are obviously tough games.
Moving mad. I
don't think many strikers are doing much in those games anyway, and that's not an excuse for him.
Yeah.
But realistically, right? The only clear chance he's really had was the one against Leeds where we pressed it and nicked it and he put it wide. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, yo, he should have scored that. The first goal against Leeds, he makes that goal himself. Just a long ball into the channel by Calafiori, cuts in and scores. And then he gets a penalty. Against Liverpool, he got absolutely nothing. Against Man United, he had that 1/2 chance in the corner. So we have to create chances. Yeah, if we're creating chances for him and he's missing, I'll be sitting here going, we got this wrong. Do you know what I mean? We got it wrong. But the club have to adapt to him as well, bro, because we're not. I think you put Mbappe up front at the moment, he's still going to struggle because who's creating the chances for him? Who's creating the chances for him, bro? So, but we have to defend him. The noise is coming from elsewhere. You just said it yourself. Paul Scholes got 3.2 million impressions on the overlap. International break, not a lot to talk about. You know what I'll do? I trigger the Arsenal fans because they're huge online. And it gets views, it gets interaction. Concentrate on Sesko, bro, because Sesko's taking the 10th penalty against Grimsby Town, bro. I played against Grimsby Town. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have took the 10th penalty, I promise you, bro. I'd have been up there early. I'm not waiting for your stuff,
bro. You played against them, but bro, I love that.
Talk to them. Blundell Park, Grimsby, Mariners, Fish. You know what I mean? I've been there. Yeah, Maguire's taking penalty number 9. And your 70 million strikers taking 10. Nah, man. Scholes, he needs to relax. And you know me, people. I'm somebody that people will say, oh, you're overcritical of Arsenal and stuff like that. But I'll defend us when we need to. Scholesy, look at your team, bro. He's got 2 in 3. He's started all right. Yeah, it ain't been great to look at, but let him settle in, man. Let him a couple home games, create some chances, few goals. Gyökeres will score goals. I never said it would be pretty to watch. It might not be pretty.
Yeah.
If he scores 20 goals plus, I ain't interested in the rest. I don't care if they come off his knee, his shoulder. You know what I mean? I said the other day, I said, yo, I don't know what it is about Gyökeres though, right? He looks bigger in the Arsenal kit. I don't know what's happened. I said he
Wait,
looks
so you
like he's
saw,
put the
well,
shirt on with the
you
coat
saw his
hanger.
international kit, and you said, "Hi, he looks like he's slim," but in the Arsenal, he looks,
Yeah,
wow.
he looks like the coat hanger's still on, like his shoulders. I said, brother, Gyökeres look quick for sport in Lisbon. At Arsenal, I'm like, raw. The
That's true, actually.
Prem's different, man. It's unforgiving. Canate and them, man. You know what I mean? They ain't. But trust me, man. Wait till we're playing Ipswich. No, not even Ipswich. It's not even in the Prem. Wait till we got Burnley at home. And
Yeah,
you know, the reality of the situation is, we've had a good record against the big six teams over the last few years, right?
yeah.
We actually need him to make sure we don't draw 0-0 with Fulham. We need him to make sure Brighton don't come and draw 1-1 at the Emirates, because the reality is, that's the reason we haven't won the title in the last 3 years, because Brighton have took points off us home and away, and these games here, and that's where your strikers there. So for me, I think as Arsenal fans, we've got to defend Gyökeres. Don't fall into that trap that.
No, we can't.
And deep down, bro, Man United, you know, when United thought they were getting Gyökeres and we looked like they were getting Sesko, they were going mad. They were, Amarim's pulled him in, and they were trolling us doing all this. Now he's come to us, he's terrible. He can't run. Looks like he's playing. How's a man?
And jeans.
How's a man going on the overlap? Ex-player talking about you look like you're playing in jeans. You know how disrespectful that is, bro. He's been here for 3 games. You know what I mean?
I couldn't believe it, because when I saw it, I said,
"Poor man."
And it has to be what you just said there. Maybe he's just like international, but I don't know if they think like that. They're ex-players. Like, do they think, okay, let me just try and maybe wind up the Arsenal fans? Cool, they understand that, but not like to get clicks in that. Like, they've been in the Premier League. They played for big clubs. Like, they should know. Like, come on, I played football. It doesn't take, and he scored. That's what people keep forgetting. He scored. Like, in your own club that you played for, you have bigger problems.
Yes.
And you're laughing at man saying, man looks like he's playing in jeans, when your own player. What does Sesko look like then? What does he look like? He's playing in dungarees, bro. Like, what the flip? What's going on?
He hasn't scored yet.
Thank you, brother. He's hiding, bro. He might as well have been an all-in-one, a onesie, bro. And
just zip it up to the top.
Facts, because where was he doing? So I don't know. I feel like, and it's right we speak about this, because like you just said, you're very right. You criticize when needed, or you'll back your club when needed. And this is where I think Arsenal fans need to stand behind Gyökeres and keep the momentum going and the confidence, because yes, I get it. Like, it might look a bit clunky. Like, we all want a nice fluid, Thierry Henry, Isak sort of. We want that, of course we do. But right now we have a player that we know can score goals, so we have to back him, because like you said, those games where things get difficult, which are the lesser teams, even Nottingham Forest, listen, I don't know, of past have been, of recent dates, or they're quite good. So would you consider them a West Ham, a Burnley? Maybe not, but this will be a big game for him at home. Like, he'll be at home in front of his home fans against Nottingham Forest, where Chris Wood, who is he's not an unorthodox striker, but like, he's not the one you'd say a natural striker when you look at the profile of player. You're coming up against that, and really, you want to be outshining Chris Wood. We've done this before when we had Isak versus Havertz. I think that when we played Newcastle, whatever happened, everyone would be looking at the storyline would have been, how did Isak play and how did Havertz play? Can we get Isak? This is last season, whatnot. So the same comparisons. We don't want Chris Wood, but there'll be comparisons. If Chris Wood bangs against us and Gyökeres doesn't, the media are going to go 10 times harder on Gyökeres. One, you're being at home. Two, Chris Wood, even though he had a good goal record last season, they're going to go in on Gyökeres, because you said you want him to score 20 or plus goals. Chris Wood last season, I've actually got the list here, scored 20 goals in the league. And just to go back to that, because I don't know, do I think that's mad? I don't know. I said 18, it's only 2 less. So really, I'm clutching at straws. But to go through the top scorers of last season, Mohamed Salah obviously won Golden Boot with 29 goals in the league. Mental. Isak got 23, which is actually crazy as well. But okay, 23 goals in the league. Erling Haaland, 22. He's third. Mbeumo, 20 goals, 4th. And I suppose you're putting him in, that's where you kind of want to see your top striker in those sort of conversations. Chris Wood, joint 4th with 20 as well. Yeah. And then Johan Whistle and Mbeumo got 19 and 20.
That's mad.
That is mad. That is actually mad. Sorry.
That's why they both got big moves, man. You know what I mean? Goals,
bro. That is mental. sorry, and in one club as well, because my argument was, look, I expect us to get goals across the pitch and Gyökeres chipping with a big lump sum of those goals. But if you're getting 19, 20, and what Brentford finished, they still finished like mid-ish table. So that's interesting. And then Ollie Watkins got 16, was
Yeah.
7th. So yeah, okay. 20 would be to be fair, 20 would be a good season in my opinion.
It would be a good season.
20, a good first season in the Premier League.
Yeah.
I think that 18's fair, 20 is a good season in my opinion, because that puts you in the top 4, goal scorers of last season. And I mean, Liverpool now have Isak and Salah, so you have to compete with those goals.
Have to. Then their numbers are going to be high, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you now, I'm backing Gyökeres. I'm backing him. Yeah, I'm backing him, man. I'm telling you, he came in late. He's had these 2 international games now, the fitness, the sharpness. You know what it's like, man? You need that sharpness. And he's coming back now. The difference is, like, Wissa and Mbeumo, I bet they hardly ever got substituted.
No, but
you know what I mean? It makes a big difference as a striker. 20 minutes to go. If Gyökeres ain't scored and ain't played well, he might be thinking, throw Merino on, look what he did for Spain, or throw Havertz on when he comes back from injury. And a lot of strikers score in the last 20 minutes.
That's true. How important is that, Curtis? Because we've both been players. You see, when you're a striker and then your competition is injured. So really, you're the main man, but because he's new, this is, you know, when like you're in a final lap of a race, like of say not MotoGP, say Grand Prix, and you're on the home straight. Really, this feels like, because this analogy is going this way, because you got to prove, you got to get as many goals. If you get loads of goals now, people aren't going to be saying Havertz when he's back. Havertz, bring in Havertz. If you start slow, and he scored 2. If you start slow and Havertz comes back from injury, you don't want to hear the man them saying, which they're gonna. I know how this fan base is. If Gyökeres isn't started fast, they'll be saying, "Bro, bring Havertz on." Even the Liverpool game, man. And maybe I was part of that. I was saying Havertz would have been better in this sort of game. You don't want that coming around. You want to be.
You don't want to hear that.
You don't want to hear that. You want to be Gyökeres. You want to cement yourself as the main guy. And listen, we're putting pressure on you. The first couple games are quite difficult, but you got to cement yourself in those early stages, because once he comes back, you want to see Havertz as like the second solution. But you kind of want to be saying, Gyökeres, get as many minutes as possible, get the goal, get the game done, and then bring on a Havertz. That's what you want. That's the ideal situation. But if you're not banging, if you're not scoring against Nottingham Forest, we've got Man City soon. If you're not proving your worth, then people are going to be wanting man to return quicker than
to bring people back. Do you know what? This situation is a big question mark for the manager as well, because I've said it so many times that Arteta has struggled to use an out-and-out striker. You know, Oba was a golden boot winner. And within a year, 18 months, he was on the left and he was fading and it wasn't working. Lacazette was dropping deep, Havertz, Merino. He's tended to like that false 9 that goes and links up play. And this is what I say, why you got to rate people like Pep and that so highly, because he's won a league playing a false 9, but he's also won a league with Haaland. And he showed that I can adapt to Haaland and we're going to play a different way. And that's what Arteta needs to do. I don't have Havertz up front who's going to drop in and help the midfield. I've got an out-and-out goal scorer. It's not pretty. It's give me a chance and I'm going to hit the back of the net. Now, you've got to adapt and get Odegaard to create chances, Saka to create. We've got to. So I really hope this week against Forest that, you know, Eze has to start this week. He has to at home. Do you know, these are games where you've got to really build up his confidence, get his goals. And then, like you said, when Havertz comes back,
left or in the 10.
I mean, this is where the whole discussion becomes blurry for me, because I always said I wouldn't have bought Eze to play him on the left. I would have played him in the 10 because I wanted a left winger. Me and you spoke so many times. I wanted Leao. I wanted Rodrigo. He's going to play on the left. He's just not going to play. He's not going to drop Odegaard. He's the captain. Everyone's going mad. Oh, he's cut his hair short. You know, he's got no more hair flicks. Odegaard's going to cook.
I remember when Ben White dyed his hair blonde. I remember when Saka dyed his hair blonde as well, bro. And this is it. He's going to go to his Victor Osimhen's phase. And and he dyed his hair back so quick. And then Ben White, same thing. He dyed his hair silver. Bro, he dyed his hair back so quick. I said, brother, madam, leave your hair alone. Just play your game, man. Well, like, if you're on form, then cool. If you're on form, change up. But if you're not on form, this hair thing, you get more scrutiny. Listen,
Just
I
chill.
want players, but yeah, I want players to be able to
Do you know what I
express
think? I think Calafiori can help Eze because if Lewis Skelly was at left back and Eze was on the left, Lewis Skelly's going to invert. Eze's going to end up hugging the touchline because Calafiori bombs up and down. I think that allows Eze to drift inside and become more of a left 10, which is where he played for Palace. He played a ball in the game, right? And you'll remember this. You was obviously there. He drifted inside and he just rolled it into Odegaard on the edge of the box. Odegaard tried to play the reverse.
Yeah, it was.
And it looked really simple, but I thought, that is a ridiculous pass, bro. He's just took their midfield out of the game.
Yep.
I thought Odegaard was going to shoot, but he tried to play the ball and it didn't really work. But I thought him and Odegaard and then drifting towards Gyökeres, that might be where we can get him working if you are going to play him off the left. Maybe Nkapia plays left eventually, but whether that happens straight away,
I'm trying to think.
Not so sure.
Does it work? Like 2 techie 10s behind a striker like Gyökeres. Do you know what I'm saying? Here, walk with me here, because like the build-up play will be like back in the day, that Norwich goal again, Wilshire's goal, and then everyone's popping it, boom, 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 boom. Do we like Odegaard and Eze can do the build-up, the 1-2s, and then, but does it work with an out-and-out striker to finish off, or do you need like a technical strike, like a Jesus or listen? I'm not campaigning for these players, by the way. I'm just thinking like even a João Pedro, or is it a Gyökeres where you do the 1-2s? I just feel like he's so big and like he's a finisher, not a
link-up man, is he? Yeah, he ain't flicking them around the corner and that, is he?
And then it stops at him, like it just hits. Yeah. Like
no,
I've got to back. Listen, I've got to stop doing this. No, I'm not. Listen,
you better calm down.
Yeah, Victor, I'm with you. I'm just putting scenarios in my head. Okay, I need to like understand how it works because I know how when teams are ticking and I know what it looks like. I don't know. I think like you said, if you play the Eze, and it's probably not going to happen, the Eze and Odegaard in front of a 6, which I would love, by the way, 2 10s and just and a defensive midfielder. Yeah. Maybe we can get to that stage at some point. But like, if you're all popping it, technical players, Rice is technical as well, by the way, Zubimendi, then you get it to Eze, and they're passing it around quickly and efficiently. When it gets to Gyökeres, how does that look? Because even with a Haaland, like thinking when they have like Bernardo Silva in there with De Bruyne, they're technical players, but did Haaland get involved in the build-up and finish it off?
I feel like with Gyökeres, you get him the ball at the end of the move. Because if you look at it, Eze played with Mateta up front at Palace. You know, he's not amazing as a link-up player. He's powerful, he can hold the ball up, and he can finish. You know, so for me, what I think with Arsenal, with Gyökeres, is we don't need as much build-up. I think the ball's got to get forward quickly. You look at that goal where Calafiori's just whipped it into the channel. It's just right. We're going to get it in there early because there's space for you to attack and do things. I think against Liverpool everything's too slow. They're in position, and that's when Gyökeres struggles. You look at a lot of his goals for Sporting. They're in transition. Things happening quick.
He's running behind.
He's running. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I think we've got to move the ball quickly and then get it into him. You know, get him on the end of the ball rather than you don't want to be building up play too much with him. And like you said, man, he's probably got to go up another level as well. Forget the 97 goals, bro. It's the Prem. Yeah, it's the Prem. This ain't Portugal. Look at some of the highlights, bro. There's barely a stand behind the goal. Some of the goals, bro, I swear down, there's no stand behind the goal, bro. This is the Prem. It's different. You know what I mean?
Standing by the barrier, bro. Man is standing here like this.
Man's looking like, you know,
Victor!
Like man's a Dulwich Hamlet, like, oh, Victor, you don't say it. Brother, this is the Prem. Even Forest, like, he might be looking at Forest going, oh, I can get a couple goals. Bro, they got Murillo and Milenkovic. You ain't having easy games, bro. These man
no joy. No joy. The only saving grace, which we're going to get to now, is Ange Postecoglou is going there. It doesn't mean he's going to score goals, but if he comes in and implements his style of play straight away, and he plays the high line, listen, I don't think Murillo and Milenkovic, are good, very good defenders, and will be able to catch him. It might potentially, but if they play a high line, you might see a Gyökeres in his prime. Now we got to talk about that. that whole news of Ange Postecoglou going to Nottingham Forest. Now, for me, I was shocked by this. I was very much shocked by this. We can digest this. Oh, sorry, dissect this in many ways. So Ange Postecoglou is going to be back in the Premier League. Firstly, Nuno going, I think, is outrageous. Edu being there, him falling out of Edu and the board is a bit of a problem, but I don't know if I can save that for this conversation. That might be for another day, but I find that a bit interesting. Nuno leaving, even though he didn't even get leaved. I think he got pushed out, shall we say. He didn't leave. He got pushed out. Ange is going to be there. Someone just said Ole Aina is injured. I didn't know that, but also the high line now. How does this work? Does Ange come back to the Premier League and stick to his philosophies? Obviously, he wins a trophy in his second season, so there's a whole lot of stuff that we're going to be reminded of in certain things. Obviously, Mikel Arteta against Ange. I think his record. I don't think he ever lost that. He definitely didn't lose to Ange. No, he didn't lose to Ange.
No, he never. He didn't lose to him. No.
He didn't lose. Oh, when Jorginho made the mistake, was Ange there when Jorginho made the mistake? I don't think we even lost that at home.
No, we drew, didn't we, at home? Madison.
Yeah,
bagged.
we drew. Yeah, so he hasn't lost Ange, which is so that's a good record already. But Ange coming back to the Premier League, Curtis. I mean, at Nottingham Forest, a good side. I don't know how they're going to adapt. They play a certain way. Nuno actually got the best out of Nottingham Forest. You know, the best out of his players. Yeah. The players built to Chris Wood. They actually had a good identity. I don't know if Ange is the right appointment or not. We're going to find out, obviously. Obviously, it's a big game for him to start on. Will we see a manager bounce? Are you concerned about it? Let's dissect this game then, because we've done a lot on Gyokeres. Let's do this then. Go on.
Okay, so can I just say, I've got a few friends at Forest, like staff members, obviously, Nottingham boys. Yeah. Still got friends there. And I actually spoke to one of them today, and he was basically saying to me that they've known that Nuno was going for a little while. It was a matter of time. He obviously did that press conference before the international break saying the relationships broke down with the owner. They don't talk. And obviously him and Edu don't get on.
Yeah.
And I think what's happened, Nuno has obviously took them from relegation candidates to Europe. So his stock is so high, and they love him at Forest, by the way. They love the guy. Proper gentleman, improves players. I mean, the guy got Alanga for 15 million and sold him for 55 million. Just that sort of business. Murillo's being linked with Atletico and Barcelona and clubs like that. He's in the Brazil squad. So they've said they knew once you come out and you criticize an owner like that, Marinakis, you're done. Like, you're finished. You've seen what he's like.
Yeah.
You've seen what he's like. He was also at a award ceremony with Ange in Greece in the summer, Marinakis. And they very friendly. Obviously, Ange is Greek and he's got Greek family and stuff. Yeah. So I think they've known for a while this might happen. I think they said, look, the first bad result they have, he's gone. And then they lose 3-0 at home to West Ham. West Ham were bottom of the league. That's it. Game over. So, I mean, they appointed Ange 12 hours after Nuno got sacked. So that tells you the deal's already done. Yeah, they were saying they can't see Ange coming in straight away and just going to Arsenal and sitting on the halfway line. Like, he's only took over today. It's Tuesday. They're going to probably travel on Friday. He's going to train for like 3 days. And also, most of the team are on international duty. So they're probably only going to come back Thursday or Friday. So he might have 2 training sessions. Is he likely to just say high line at Arsenal after 2 training sessions? I mean, you look at the Europa League final.
Yeah.
He kind of shot Man United and defended quite deep. So I don't think he will just come to the Emirates and sit on the halfway line and try and do that straight away, to be honest. I think maybe another couple of weeks.
It'd be naive. It would be
very naive.
Very naive. Like, especially when we struggle against low blocks. Our team will find it frustrating as well if they sit in camp, especially at home, which, to be fair, you've actually changed my whole perspective of my score prediction, because you're right. It'll be the headlines or the obvious thing. It's not even the obvious thing, but people will be like, Ange is back, high line for life, high line, mate, and they'll be like, he's going to do that when he's back in the Premier League. However, you're right, it's too soon. He will probably say to them, first week will be like this, and also when you've got such an affiliation to a manager like Nuno, player wise, I've had this as well at club. You can't come in. You can drip feed in your philosophies and whatnot, but you can't come in first week. You come back into, we're changing, bro. Players will be like,
that don't work.
That ain't running, bro. You're not coming here, a man that we missed already. You're just gonna just take away all the principles that we got to this stage, where we are of last season. So you're right. I think he's gonna play it safe and kind of just do the whole "I'm here now." We'll carry on with what you've been doing recently. Obviously, some of the staff will be there as well. So I think you're right in that sense. I think he's not going to come to the Emirates and go straight high line for life. I mean, that would be very, very stupid of him.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see how that game plays out. And we're going to talk about, is it a turning point? We've got 5 minutes, but before we go into the last section of like, will we see a change from Arsenal? Ifmanieri, bright sparky one, player of the match in the England under, I think, 23s game. So he was the man of the match there. Just wanted to highlight some of that news. Obviously, Nuno Espirito Santo being sacked, Ange coming in. Thomas Tuchel leaving out Mars Lewis Skelly out of the 11 for tonight, or out of the squad actually for tonight, the 23, which we've spoken about a little bit. And I think there was one more. Was there one more bit of news? Yeah, the Martinelli stuff about him saying he's seen the criticism that people do against me online. It saddens my heart. When I score, they call me Ronaldinho, and when I don't, they call me names. I can assure you, when you hear my name,
I don't know who called him Ronaldinho, bro, but boy, big up Martinelli, but Ronaldinho, bro, Jesus, I don't know about that.
Yeah, he said, I can assure you when you hear my name this season, it'll be with goals and assists. I hope so. That's what we hope for. But yeah, the Ronaldinho, that boy. I mean, yeah. But big up Gabby, though, man. Big up Gabby. I love you, bro. That one, but yeah, I read that quote. I said, boy. But yeah, right. Last couple minutes before we head off and watch the England game. So when we come back this Saturday, it is. Or was it Sunday we're playing? Sorry,
Saturday, 12:30.
12:30 early kickoff. Thank you very much. Yeah. Will we see a change? We saw the criticism from Liverpool. I mean, this is an if and but. And at the end of the day, at the end of this section, Kurt, just give me your score prediction. Do you see Arsenal? I don't know. After the Liverpool game, the criticism with playing defensively, the three defensive midfielders or whatever, even though it wasn't that, and Mikel Merino goes and scored a hat trick. Do you see Arsenal looking to change, being at home, being that we've kind of got used to a little bit of us in there? We've got Eze in now. You expect him to start. Will there be, or should there be, a bit more of a change in Arsenal's play? We can caveat that with how Nottingham Forest might set up. I think now you've swayed me to say they're going to be very defensive. So now I'm worried that it's going to be another boring game. But do you see Arsenal sticking it on them and playing a bit different? Or will they be aware of Nottingham Forest's threats? Because they've got good players.
I mean, Forest can hit us on the break. That's the thing. Hudson-Odoi and these, man, they got pace, Gibbs-White, Anderson. They got good players, man. There won't be an easy game. I mean, no, I don't think Arteta will change, because you even look at the Leeds game. We were kind of going through the motions the first 30 minutes, and then we scored from a set piece. It kind of opened the game up a little bit there. But I think we'll keep the ball, probably 60-odd% possession. We'll look for set pieces. We'll try and nick a goal, and then once one comes, maybe we get a few more. But I think Arteta is a very stubborn manager, and I don't think that Liverpool game will be. I viewed it with great disappointment, because I thought it was a great opportunity to change the narrative that we don't now go to Anfield to survive. We're going to go there and, let's show them what we're about. I think in his mind, and if you listen to what he said after the game, he kind of made it sound like it was a very close game of two top teams and we lost due to a moment of brilliance, which was a free kick. Yeah. So I don't think he went away and thought, I got that totally wrong. I think he felt, he mentioned if Eze would have scored that chance, we could have won the game. So, but I think he has to change, bro. I think I've said it before. The last 5 seasons, the top goal scorers have won the title, not the team with the best defense necessarily. Like, we've had the best defense the last 2 seasons and haven't won the league. So it shows that scoring the most goals is what ultimately leads to winning the title. If you was a betting man now and you said who's going to score more goals, Liverpool or Arsenal, you'd put your money on Liverpool, wouldn't you, with Isak and Salah and all the players that they've brought in. So I think he has to change, bro. He has to. That's why I said Gyokeres got to score 20 goals. Because if Gyokeres,
so I'm going through the top goal scorers of each year. You're just, fair.
Top scorers, top of the league, right? Every season from, I think the last time was it 2019. 2019, Man City scored 100 goals and didn't win the league, which is unbelievable. But they lost 9. So since 2020, top goal scorers have won the Prem. So
Salah
we got
21-22 season. Yeah, fucking hell.
Got to score goals, bro.
Stat, bro. That is a mad stat.
Mad
I know you
stat,
said it before, but that is crazy. But like, well, we said this in our last live, bro. Like, defense, you've got the defense, brother. The myths. We've got to change that whole defense wins you type. Fuck. Well, they don't. Yeah, we're the proof.
Yeah, we got the best defense and ain't win nothing. Not even a Carabao Cup. You know what I mean? Go and score goals, bro. You know, we need and I know, like, listen, under George Graham, we played a different way and we were very successful. But I feel like Wenger changed the whole mindset of what Arsenal were viewed as worldwide. You go on holiday, you say you're an Arsenal fan. I go, yeah, I like the football that Arsenal play. Like, we're known for not just winning, but playing a certain style. You know, Vavavoom, these guys, Henri, but all that. I know we don't have that level of player, but I think when Arsenal start playing that kind of way, unless you're winning trophies doing that, something's not quite right. I think once you've spent £1 billion, you're not wrong to expect to see Arsenal, you know, playing well and playing with style as well. There's managers out there that are playing with style and winning trophies. So Arteta's, he's got such a big opportunity now, because I said this the other day on my stream. We've now got an owner that's pumping money into the club. I honestly think Josh is running Arsenal very different to the way Stam ran Arsenal. And I've been very critical of the Kroenkes. Very critical. Andrea Berta is an elite sporting director. Look what he's done in one transfer window. Imagine if he had 4 or 5, the amount of work he could do. The team is very good. This team's good enough to win major trophies if it's played in the right way.
Right way, yeah.
So there's one part of that ladder where you go, are you going to solve the problem or are you the problem? And that is the manager. And that's the reality of the situation, bro, because look what Enrique's done at PSG. All them big players, all them big managers couldn't win a Champions League. He's won the treble. He's got Dembele and Ballon d'Or nominations. So to me now, Arteta either becomes the solution or he's the problem. And that's what we're going to see.
Strong way to close out the section. Just before we go, let me read some of the last super chats and leave on a question. LL Cool J says, how can we play Arsenal every week? Isak has landed. All right, Liverpool fan.
Cheeky, bro.
Liverpool fan. All right, we'll see. He says Prem soon. All right, cool. We'll see, man. We'll see you back at home. Arsenal have seen Arteta see Forest sack Nuno while we are still stuck with Arteta. With Mikel, but yeah, I know he's not a fan of Arteta either. But like Curtis said, we'll have to find out if he can be the solution or the problem. In 2020-2021 season, Harry Kane won Golden Boot. So that was the last time I think a team won. Yeah, when a player won the Golden Boot but didn't win the league, which was it's about 4 years ago. Madness. That is mad. 4 or 5 years ago. That is madness. All right, and then before we go, Konate as well. Hasn't re-signed his contract, so he might be off to Real Madrid as well. That's another thing. Breaking news, obviously not Arsenal based, but something I saw and had a little smile at and a laugh. And to end, just before we go, I want to leave this with you. Wait, Curtis, score prediction for Saturday. Firstly,
I'm going 2-1. You know, I'm not sure it'll be that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm the same.
Pretty, man. I think it could be 2-1.
I'm the same. I've gone 2-1 across a lot of games recently, but I'm worried about them being defensive and us trying to break them down and struggling a little bit. Ryan says 3-1. And then finally, I don't know if you have the answer to this. Your ideal midfield for Arsenal. So your midfield 3, forget the way how it is normally if it's 2 DMs, 1. I just want to know, and everyone in the comments, please let me know. Comment as we leave this live. What is your perfect midfield 3 that you'd like to see? Of all the players we've got so much quality in there. What is your ideal midfield 3? Because I feel this has been troubling me, because we just spoke about a little bit of Eze and Odegaard. I'd love that, but would you put a youngster in there? If you just think what would you enjoy the most? Declan Rice in the 6. I've always wanted that, but Zubimendi's here. But is he like? I don't know. So people in the comments, let me know. And Curtis, before we end, what would your perfect 3 be? You don't even have to explain why. You might just leave it. You can just say it what it would be, the players, and leave it on the cliffhanger, or you can explain it. It's tough.
Hmm.
Such a hard one. Sorry.
It's a great question because I've got a few midfields in my head. I would.
Oh,
Okay, my realistic midfield.
oh,
I would play Zubomendi, right, because there's a player there we've got to work him into the team. Rice obviously has to be in the team, and then I would probably Eze or Waneri, you know.
yeah, I'm hearing it, but I feel like we're being disrespectful. But I'm
We're not.
hearing it.
We're not being disrespectful, bro. I'm telling you now, we are not being
I feel like
disrespectful.
we're being disrespectful.
We're not.
But I hear it so loud because I'm similar. But I don't know if we're being on Odegaard. I don't know. Even a Max, which is crazy.
I'm telling you now, yeah. I'm telling you now. I'm putting this out there. I'm putting this out there now. Ethan is a star, bro. I promise you. You know this. We know this.
I know this. But
Mikel, I'm telling you now.
But are we being disrespectful?
No, we're not. I've seen it. Bro, there's a difference between form and the level that you're just playing at.
Yeah, I know. That's why
Odegaard's not in bad form, you know, bro. He hasn't been quiet for 4 or 5 games, 6 games. We've been having this conversation for about 8 or 9 months since he came back from the ankle injury. Pre-season, he looked sharp. I said, yo, Odegaard's back. And boy, I know it's early in the season. I would have, even against Leeds, bro, Odegaard came off, Waneri came on, we improved. Why? Because he drives forward with the ball. He commits people. He stays high. He gets close to the striker. Bro, man, I'm telling you now. Listen, if I was going crazy, I'd love to see Rice, Eze, Waneri. That's wildfire, bro.
Brother, this is what I was about to jump in before we finish and said, I like the idea of 1 DM, 2 10s, and it wouldn't be Odegaard in there. But am I being disrespectful?
You're not being disrespectful, bro. I'm telling you. Waneri is a star, bro. And Eze...
brother, I know. My thing would be, Declan Rice, Eze, and Waneri, or even Max. Or
especially against a lower team. Like, if you're playing like a lower team, drop Rice in the 6, Ethan, Eze, just go and enjoy yourself, rip teams apart. Against, like, say Forest this week, Zubomendi's going to play. Arteta loves him, and he played really well for Spain again. Rice and Zubomendi, Eze in the 10, bro. You know what I mean? Let Eze just drift and start ripping people apart. But obviously, we've got a big problem on the left with Trossard and Martinelli. So Eze's going to play on the left. Bro, Eze, Waneri, Saka when he's fit. At the moment, it'll probably be Madueke, Gyökeres up top. Excitement. People are going to want to go and watch, man. Waneri running past people, Eze doing it. Even Madueke against Liverpool driving at people. You got a 3 then that all drive at people, and Gyökeres at the top.
This is why I just wanted to throw that in there. I've been struggling with it the past couple of days. Like, what would my ideal 3 be? I always want 1 DM and 2 attacking 10s, but then I'm like, what would the dream look like? And then maybe 2 DMs, 1 attacking 10. And now, I'm glad we're kind of on the same page.
Can I just say one thing? You know what? You know what people make you feel like nowadays, right? If you've got a player who's been really good, and then his form drops or he's completely off it, you're not in the wrong for saying he shouldn't be in the team or he's not playing well enough, bro. Like, when Odegaard was balling, we were all singing that guy's praises. He was ridiculous, 22, 23.
Yeah.
Goals, assists. He was just a baller. He's a joy to watch, bro. He's not playing well and hasn't been playing well for a long time.
I'm battling with if he's playing good, I still don't know if I want Odegaard in. I don't think he still makes my
No, you've gone one step further.
That's why I'm saying. I'm not saying about it. I know his form's bad. If it's on form, cool, he's out. But I'm saying if everyone's at their peak, does he still make that midfield free? It's so bad.
I said even when he's playing well, I don't want him in.
I need to end the stream.
Yeah. We ain't going to be on tour next year, bro. Hey, no wonder all your PFA interviews were with Liverpool players, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Sess, we heard what you said on that live with Curtis, bro. Our captain. But anyway, right. That's just something to ponder on. I'll leave that with everyone while they go watch the England game. Thank you all for watching. Please like the video on the way out. Big up, Curtis. Love you all, people. Enjoy the rest of your week. Blessings.